Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Nick Taylor with Pit Stop Baseball. I'm here to answer you guys' questions for discussion 7. Also, I'm going to be changing the name to Body Pit Stop because I think it's more fluid. I think it works better for the business and for the brand. So I'm going to dive right into the questions and answer session. So let's get started. What potential problems could arise? We could have problems with agency relationship, um, between myself, the principal, and the managers. Uh, we can have problems with what view I have on the company and what direction I'm trying to go, and their agenda. We could cross paths. Also, meeting deadlines, liability issues. People may want to sue for different reasons. We have to keep up with business regulation changes, which come down the pipe every other day. So there's no telling, but we just gotta keep ourselves refreshed with that. Also, natural disasters, be hurricane, tornadoes, tropical storms. We have to be prepared for those things, and economic depressions. Uh, the economy could be going bad, and people may not have disposable income where they could spend extra money to come to the spa. I'm out to pay bills, rent, mortgage, lights, groceries, pay for necessities. So they may not have disposable income, and there's a chance for new competition and cyber threats, cyber risks. So those are some of the issues that we're looking at that we could face. Some of the risks. Okay. How likely are they? Well, with the regulations, they come down the pipe. You never know. You just gotta stay abreast. You just gotta stay ready for them. Luckily, we know when hurricane season is, so we can keep up with natural disasters. We get somewhat of a warning because of the weather channels and everything, so we can keep up with that stuff somewhat. As far as economics, um, there's cycles, there's business cycles, so we can kind of keep an eye on that too. Where business does really good and then it peaks and then it comes down, everything drops down. So we can keep an eye on that as well. Liability issues, those can be any day, so we have to be prepared. What timing? Oh, how do you plan to manage these potential problems? The number one thing is insurance, 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 insurance. Credit insurance, property insurance, business insurance, professional indemnity insurance. All those things are important, and we'll have to sit down with someone and decide the best company to go along with that to cover us going forth because we don't want anything to sneak up behind us. Um, a disaster, a natural disaster, or being sued, we have to have those things in place. Also, having contracts, having company policy, having things etched in stone to go back to that we could use as a go-to and keep everything in line and keep everything structured. It's always good to have guidelines and just to have things posted that are needed, state rules, national rules, have everything posted, in the office where we can just go straight to it and we can be within regulations. Um, what timing do you have projected for this project? I'm hoping to have the business running by November 2020. So that gives us about a year, and we're going to be. The next question is, uh, how have you set your objectives? Which I went straight to the second question because I kind of saw it out the corner of my eye, and those two kind of tie hand in hand with the project timing. So I'm going to do everything quarterly. So quarterly, having 3 months for each quarter. And the first quarter, what I want to do is I want to get secure the licenses, secure the licenses and secure the loan for the building, secure the location. I want us to do that in the first and the second quarter. So I'm giving myself 6 months to secure those things, but I want to see myself at least get all my licenses that I need by the first quarter, and to get the location by the first quarter. So the first and second quarter will be secure the licenses, the location, and the loan. Okay, so we want to secure that, either the loan or the funding. Whatever funding we're going to secure, we want to do that in the first and second quarter. The third quarter, by the third quarter, we should have the location. We should have all our licenses. So we'll be working on renovating the place and getting all the equipment in. We'll have the finances to do it. So we'll just go pick up everything, order everything, and get it in. So we'll have 3 months to get all that stuff in and get it all set up. Within this quarter to the next quarter to the last quarter, we want to work on our hiring, bringing people in. Of course, through the whole process, we're going to be speaking to advisors, and that's all the way up until the opening. And that last quarter, we're going to be putting the finishing touches up for the opening. So, and then once everything is said and done in November 2020, we plan to open. Have you set up your deadlines for each stage for your venture? Those were my deadlines for each venture, for the venture, excuse me. Is there a relationship between events and this venture? Of course. We can't do one thing without the other. So also I wanted to add, with getting the renovations and the hiring, I also wanted to secure the product. That has to be in by the third quarter. All that stuff has to be in and ready, so that when we get ready to open the last quarter, the November 2020, we want to have everything in place and everything ready to go, so the doors can open. If it spills into right before we open, that's okay for certain things like the fruit we're going to be using, because that expires. Fruit, milk, things that have an expiration date, those will be a part of the finishing touches. That's okay. But not having the equipment, massage tables, refrigerators, microwaves, all that kind of stuff that's needed to run the business, that's unacceptable. We can't have that. Okay. Is there a relationship between events and the venture? Answer that. Are there any factors and or contingency plans? Absolutely. What we're going to be doing is, if we have a shortage in massages, we're definitely going to be pushing retail. The natural products are really going to help us, because we're surrounded by law enforcement, the fire department, city hall, 3 or 4 gyms. The type of people that work at these places, they pay attention to what they eat most of the time. They pay attention to what they eat, and they want to eat healthy. So we're going to provide a place that they can come to and assist them with that. The places near where I am, that you can get that kind of those kind of products. You might go to Walmart, but I want to offer things that maybe Walmart doesn't have. Maybe stuff that you more get from like a Whole Foods, or from Publix, or Trader Joe's, places that some of those products that you really want, they're just out of reach. And here in Miami Gardens, it's a little bit farther away from Pembroke Pines, so you have something that's located near where you can go pick it up. The contingency plan, after that, we try everything. It doesn't work. I think it's such a great idea that I could sell the company. If I have to, I'll sell it. And I'll probably try to put some kind of contingency in there where I could still be a part of it. I could be on a board. I could be like some kind of part owner. I could like reserve a few shares for myself to still be a part of the business and have some say so. But if I just had to drop everything and I just had to really let it go, I'd let it go. But I would have to do it for double what I put in, so I could pay the loan back, or whatever, however I secure the funding. I want to be able to pay that back and put a little bit in my pocket where I could start another venture. One monkey don't stop no show. So that's what I got. Thank you guys for listening. I know I'm like going into like almost 10 minutes now, but it's a lot of questions and a lot of content to cover. So thank you guys for coming. And like I always say, be safe and good luck with you guys on your ventures. Bless.